Welcome back. Time now 7:21. The community of Waianae is seeing an increased police presence in the area.
To talk more about why there's a need for an additional police station over on the west side and taking a look at how that's being addressed is Senator Maile Shimabukuro. She's joining us over Zoom. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning. Thank you so much for covering these important resolutions, SR 44 and SR 78, that really speak to what the community has been begging for so many years now. You know, District 8 of the police station covers Waipahu all the way to Kaena Point. And it has the highest murder rate, the highest aggravated assault rate, homelessness, gun violence. There's been so many truancy, well-documented crime issues on the Leeward side. In 2016, HPD built a new police station in Waianae. It's huge, 25,000 square feet, but it's just a facade, sadly, because there's no warm bodies to fill the building. And so, you know, the testimony that came from Shopo was very poignant. They said that there's just a huge lack of manpower, high turnover rate. It's been so bad that they've actually stopped investigating certain felonies, and that the criminals know this. So they're just begging. They said retirement benefits have been cut. They said overtime pay gets returned to the city rather than reinvested back to hire more staff for HPD. And so, you know, it's really a problem, and I'm so glad that these resolutions are moving. The Senate is poised to approve of SR 44 soon, hopefully probably next week, and then hopefully we can also get those crossed over to the House. There's the SCR versions as well. And so I appreciate you folks covering this extremely important issue.
And you know, we were joking before, you know, sometimes everybody loves an underdog. Sometimes, you know, the West Side doesn't get the love that it should. But when it comes to actual resources, I mean, is it something that you and City Council have had to really go to bat for to kind of get what you need?
Yeah, oh, definitely. You know, it's a constant battle. You know, we hear from our constituents all the time. You'll call 911, and if you happen to live on the west side in Waianae or Waipahu or other parts of the west, you know, they might say, "Oh, we might be there in an hour," you know, if they answer at all. Or sometimes they don't even answer the 911. And the testimony we got from Shopo was really sad too, because it pointed out that a lot of police officers have relatives on the Leeward side, and they really feel it. And they say that it's not fair that people that live on the west side don't get the same protection as people in Kahala, Hawaii Kai that have higher property values. And so, you know, it's just really a question of injustice. And we feel it out here. You know, I remember I was in Kailua one day, and I just happened to back out of a parking, and within seconds, a police officer came to me and said that I was illegally parked or something. And, you know, and it's just such a contrast, because here we'll call the police, and yeah, like I said, you know, it could be an hour before they come, if you're lucky, because they're just so overwhelmed out here. A lot of officers end up having to do things off duty because there's not enough bodies to cover the calls.
You know, looking at how when things were initially set up, I mean, is there a reason why this one district is so big in comparison to the other policing districts? As you know, it almost doesn't make sense that it was even set up that way.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of the problem is that, you know, this is back before the second city of Kapolei was even envisioned, and Kapolei was just literally empty fields, and you know, no one could have imagined that now we'd be seeing this huge second city where you've got West Oahu, you've got the FBI building, you have an entire, you know, Kamakana Mall, and DHHL homesteads, and the rail station, and so it's just an Eva. Of course, every time I go down Fort Weaver Road, I mean, I can't even recognize the place. It's constantly, you know, new development growing over there too. So these districts have just grown exponentially, like Kele, places like that I think that, you know, all of us didn't anticipate. But now that we see this growth of the second city and the Leeward side, you know, really growing, it's overdue to create a District 9 police station. And that's what we've been begging for years and years now.
And it's just so interesting because so much of the national conversation is about, criminal justice reform and are we over policing? But I mean, in this case, we're talking about not having enough resources. Just to kind of wrap up, what would you kind of view as sort of the ideal situation moving forward?
Well, definitely we create a District 9 that would encompass at minimum the Waianae Coast, and I'm not sure what is that the fair division between Waipahu and a point, but another district for sure, and definitely perhaps these overtime funds that are being given back, reinvest that to hire the bodies that is desperately needed to cover more of the leeward side. To fill this 25,000 square foot empty building that we have beautiful here in Waianae with bodies that we need. And so that would be really ideal. I mean, if we could actually know that there's a police presence right here where it's so desperately needed, that would be incredible. Because right now the police, so if you look at the police stations right there, and then you'll see drug activity, homeless activity right behind it at Pokai Bay, because there's just not enough bodies to cover it. So yeah, more staffing, fill that beautiful building in Waianae with police.
Great. Thank you so much, Senator, for joining us this morning and highlighting how important, trying to get these resolutions passed are.
Thank you very much.